Good part of the day. In the framework of the legislative news project set by Ministry of Justice, you will be presented a brief summary of the legislation adopted during the week. The presidential decree on additional measures to ensure the effective functioning of the single interdepartmental electronic system of executive discipline ijra.gov.uz was adopted. According to the decree, the following procedure for ensuring the execution of legislation and assignments was introduced. The first stage, the administration of President sends legislative acts and instructions to the Ministry of Justice for inclusion in system. The second stage, the Ministry of Justice enters the control tasks into the electronic system, determines the responsible executors and deadlines based on these tasks. The third stage ensures the full and timely execution of legislation and assignments of government agencies and organizations, municipal powers, and enters data into the electronic system. Fourth stage, the Ministry of Justice checks and confirms the completeness and accuracy of the information or sends it to the responsible executor for reprocessing. The fifth stage, the Cabinet of Ministers checks the completeness and accuracy of the data, approves them or sends them to responsible executor for reprocessing. Also, the Cabinet critically reviews the performance at monthly meetings of the Presidium and submits information to administration of President. The sixth stage, the Accounts Chamber checks the completeness and accuracy of the information entered by the executors and verified by Ministry of Justice and the government, removes them from control or sends them to a responsible executor for reprocessing. The seventh stage, administration of the President coordinates the activities of organizations that monitor the implementation of legislation and assignments. The decree approved a temporary regulation on the organization of execution of laws, decrees, resolutions, orders, and instructions of the President through the single interdepartmental electronic system of executive discipline. Information on the execution of tasks for which the deadline is not set or set for a year and more is entered into the system every 6 months. The deadlines for the execution of tasks can be extended only after consideration by the Ministry of Justice and, if necessary, by the government, on the basis of the conclusion of the Accounts Chamber and with the permission of the President. Our next document is the Law on Amendments to the Electoral Code of the Republic of Uzbekistan that was signed by the President. According to the amendments, appeals against the actions and decisions of election commissions will be considered only by the courts. The District Election Commission for the election of President shall be composed of 8 to 18 members, while it used to be 6 to 8 members. From now on, the candidate's position or type of occupation and place of work will not be included in the ballot paper. Public events such as meetings with voters shall be held with the relevant district or city municipalities notified in writing at least 3 days in advance of their place and time. No permission is required to hold these public events. Our next document is an amendment to the regulation on measures to support local producers by the government. According to this act, the following products were excluded from the list of goods produced abroad, as well as services performed by foreign persons, whose participation in public procurement is temporarily prohibited and restricted: soybeans, peanut, olive oil, sunflower oil, and cottonseed oil. The next important document was the establishment of the People's Friendship Badge by the government's regulation. According to the Act, the badge is awarded to employees of the local and foreign government agencies, non-governmental organizations, representatives of the social sphere and media, as well as compatriots abroad, businesses who have made a worthy contribution to strengthening the atmosphere of inter-ethnic friendship and harmony among representatives of all nationalities and ethnic groups living in our country. The Committee on International Relations and Friendship with Foreign Countries under the Cabinet of Ministers will establish a commission to consider applications for the award of the badge. The commission will make a final decision on the most suitable candidates by July 1st of each year. Also, chairman of the committee by his own initiative can award the badge to representatives of foreign partners, foreign organizations, embassies of foreign countries in Uzbekistan, and representatives of international organizations for their worthy contribution to strengthening the atmosphere of interethnic friendship and harmony. The badge is awarded annually on the Day of Friendship of Peoples, July 30th. The winners will receive almost 1 million soms. One person can be awarded a badge only once. Thank you for your attention. You can get access to full text of these documents on the website lex.us. Also, you can get news of the legislation on the Telegram channel of the Ministry of Justice, Legal Info.